Hey again, welcome back to the shop. Gonna do kind of a little bit of a different video today. I am back in my eBay portion, and I've had some people reach out and ask me questions on the eBay side, the flipping side, and do I dedicate so much time to one or the other? It's like Tetris. I just fit in what I can where I can. I get lazy some days I don't. For example, well, it's a complete clusterfuck back here. But, you know, got to keep packing material in stock, boxes for specific things. Those are VCRs, VCR combos, and more VCRs, and more VCRs I need to go through. Just as I get time, I work through them. This new mouse sucks. I work through them. You know, I sell a little bit of everything. Games, kitchen stuff. Now, some of you may have seen one of these for sale on eBay for $8,000 to $15,000. I will cut you a break and sell it to you for 50% of that. I've got 18 of them. Personal collection. Okay, so this is going to be kind of a montage. I've got two things to ship out today. Got this VCR, got this, and what I normally do is before I package them up, I plug them in, test them, make sure I've got security sticker on. I'm actually going to take that one off and put a serial number to one on, because very recently I had a shitbag who goes by the name of Sean Houston, S-H-A-N-N, I think it's 2 N's, Houston, on eBay. He bought a DVD burner / VCR combo, gutted everything, even the case, put his shitty parts in, and then sent it back and asked for a return. I had to fight eBay on it, but this is why I document everything, because he could have cost me $150. So I did file a complaint against him, but eBay is very slow to do anything. So that's kind of the intro. For example, and I take all these apart. That one's interesting because that's a portable one. Getting into the belts and the heads and everything on this one was a nightmare. That one I bought for $10 at a St. Vincent de Paul. Sold it for $150. This one, I have to look at my spreadsheet, but I normally buy VCRs anywhere from $4.99 to $8.99. I think this sold for $40 or $45 because it does have a remote with it. But I'll do a time lapse on this if I can figure out time lapse on this camera again. I test them and then I package them up. VCRs, I've got a standard size box that is 16 by 12 by 6. That fits 95% of the VCRs. This one's actually a little bit wider VCR, but it still fits in there. There'll be enough to put cushion. For the combo players, I've got a 20 by 14 by 6 box. Normally like $40-50 for a stack of 25 of them, which isn't bad, and that's why eBay costs go up. So I'm gonna stop the video here, then put it on time lapse and start going through the process. I also have a rekey job this afternoon, or a fix. Caffeine. It's gonna be trying to figure out a master lock or master keyed system. Yes, master lock can be easy. Master key system. Some doors were replaced. Things supposedly were keyed up by the contractor. So that should be, you know, just a world of fun. But let me cut the video here and then put it in time lapse. Go from there. It is April 6th, April 6th. Okay. We got those box here, and then we have a sorting out portable VHS player. So let's start with this guy. Sure. Okay. Listen. Now, let's use right one, right place. Good. So right. So there. Awesome. So go. There we go. So this is simple. Okay. So go. So okay. So go. Oh yeah. Okay. So you can tell. We run out. It's fine. Yeah, that's how we have. So what would? Yeah, I don't know if you let's see. Get a small door. Oh, that's good. Okay, we're going to use number 82497. Here's our rewind. Let me know. Let me come here. Okay. Get away. Ooh. Oh, fine. That's good. Okay. Having a shot. Do another kind of finish. We'll push a whole layer there. So now we'll incorporate. And you're fine. Oh, that'll be a chip. There we go. Right one. And we're good. There we go. Hold up. Closer. Here's the one, two, three. Oh, no. That's it. Get better. It's all fitting. Oh, there's a it is 60 minutes. Okay. So, yeah, let's 15 quarters. Yeah, you calm down. We're doing it. Good. Good. 18 by 6. Save. Yes. So. Good. Alright, so let's see if we can go for an price. We'll go pretty much. Next. How much do you get? Good. That's 10 inches off. That's fine. And pull apart. Here. Is this still off? We're using 824974. That's good. Go on. So, let's redo everything I just did. And it'll be perfect. Let's use it. Just right there. Flip this up. Yeah, okay. I still have a little bit. Yeah, fine. Here. Those can't jump. Shut now. Yeah. This one is. Oh my God, okay, so that little montage was packaging. Yeah, the VCR bows out a little bit, but it's also got 2 inches of padding on each side. I do have bigger boxes for the combo players, but those are more expensive. So what I do, box it up, use my Rollo weight measure, which I've had several different scales, but all of them have been more accurate than the post office next door. And I test that by going to the post office in the seat of the county. But test them to make sure they're working. I get the serial number for the security tags I put on. In the case of this has a box, so just package it well inside. Wrap it in this. I mean, technically I could just tape the box up, slap a tag on it, but some people, I mean, you know, VHS is nostalgia for me, and I want things crisp. This thing has a manual with it and everything. So put craft paper on the outside, tape it up real well, and that works really well. So measure them. Normally I've got a laptop back here, but I've had an avalanche of shit. So the laptop I think is in the front of the store. But in here, I'll buy the label through the eBay app. Box all this stuff up, or package all this stuff. If it's real big, I've got a dolly I can take. I have had, it's one of those convertible, you know, it's either a two-wheel dolly or you drop it down and it's a push trolley. I have had to fill that up as a trolley before to ship it. Post office, one of the things really nice about being next door to the post office is I can just wheel it in. They'll open the door to their back, wheel it right in, drop it off, they scan, done. So I'm going to take these up front, change a battery, shocker. Now I don't remember which one of these is used and not used. And I need batteries for this afternoon. And then I'll show the process up front. Okay, we are back in the front of the shop. I don't have the lights on because it's high time at the post office and I don't want people coming in. So, got the boxes here. Got my Rollo label printer, Mac Mini, phone hotspot, and Mac. So, I don't know how well. I may have to blur some of this out with addresses. Try to keep this stable so I'll come in to sell. Orders and shipping labels. So, well, let's see what I can show without. Yes, I can show all this. I don't think. Yep, my hand's not showing up. So here, just come in and select reprint label. This is going to pop up with their information, so I don't want to show that. But then I have print. It'll come out over here. Now I don't remember what label I just printed, so that was the top one. Okay, so that's the bottom box. See if I can set this here and it'll be all nice. So the Rollo printer, I think when I bought it was like $300. time, and that was a lot, but in time, it's paid for itself. I bought a stack of just one box of the labels, and that has lasted me 2 years so far. I normally sell 200 to 300 items a year, and that was like a 1,600 label pack. So now we want to do the VCR reprint, and not having to try to deal with labels in these printers or handwriting. Just hit the button, label comes out. Now, like most things that I do, within a few months of me buying this, they came out with a wireless Bluetooth version, which is now like $250. So eventually, maybe this thing is still running great. It just has to be USB. So it'd be nice to be able to do all this on my phone, but that's where we're at. So I'm gonna walk these. Don't show the addresses. I'm gonna walk these right next door, and then get ready for the key job this afternoon. That part I probably won't film because I don't know what all I need. But stay tuned. Show you one of my crates. Hey gang, it is actually the next day. Things did not go as according to plan, which they never do. Plan yesterday was kind of go through a typical day of my business model, if you can call it that, of coming to the shop, going back to the eBay portion, packaging up everything that needed to go out. You know, electronic stuff I test on camera before I package them up, video the packaging and all that, so that when some scumbag, Sean Houston, tries to return a product and slip, replace, or otherwise defraud me, I've got proof, and it's a sad thing that I have to do. Plan was then to go down to the fairgrounds, 4-H fairgrounds. My wife, who's the county president of the county 4-H this year, and this is the Eclipse weekend. So they've got pageants and stuff going on today. They had a couple locks that weren't working, a toilet that needed fixing, honey-do list. Which, just so everyone knows, the toilet is fixed. And I thought I was filming. They have a master key system that's been in place for 10-15 years. And I'd done a video a couple years back of going down doing a site survey, to get them outfitted with the MX13 restricted keyway system. Funds, budget, planning, just it hasn't been in the works. More on that in a second. The GoPro was going. The problem is they had a couple locks, and it's easy enough to take one apart, see what pins and top pins are in it, and key up another one. But nothing was the exact same. So I'd gone through and I did amazing video. You guys, I mean, just top notch, mind's blown. Using calipers to measure the top pins and bottom pins. They're slug keys. They're SC1 keyways. None of the pins matched. But while I could see in my GoPro here, everything seemed to be still going. The GoPro was actually froze. So the display was good. It just stopped recording stuff. I don't know if the GoPro froze up. SD card, when I tried to put it in the computer, it was crap. So took a deep breath, did what I had to. It's how life goes. Things just crap out. But I did something yesterday that I haven't done in a very long time, and that's how I want to add the second half of this video. I originally started this channel to document what I do, for a learning resource for myself or someone else who wants to get in this position. You know, a lot of times I can't grab the camera. For example, while I was here, the community center, and I point this out in a lot of videos, has a basketball tourney going on for 8 weekends. They had a lock that they couldn't get the key in. So they called me. I always try to donate my time, whatever, over there. Simple thing. I didn't have time to get a camera. Just a little bit of Houdini. Key blank in and out. The pins just need to be lubed up. So it's 5 minutes. It would take longer to video, and just rushing around. I've already been to Walmart 4 times this morning. It is, say morning, it's almost 3. I've been to Walmart 4 times today, which is higher than my normal annual average. But one of the things I did yesterday, because I'm not going to take my framing with me, what I did is I brought the Foley bell saw, which I do have a video where, after Odin Lock done a video on that in response to some of my questions, I came through and I calibrated that, those, I think I did that one, and got it working. So it's portable enough, took it down, custom keys to make it work, because there's going to be, you know, with the Eclipse, anywhere from 5 people to 5,000, who knows. We're a very rural county, so there's lots of parking space and all that. But what I did was actually broke out, got them right here waiting to go. Space and depth keys. So I could cut some keys right there on site. Because the age of the master key system, it's non-standard pins in it, stuff like that. But I hadn't done this in a very long time. When I first started out, I had my Banggood Chinesium Special. I think it was like $200 on eBay, or maybe I bought it directly from Banggood. One of the ones, that or that piece of shit, I bought from Banggood. The other one, I found the same thing on eBay, and, well, you get the picture. And I also bought space and depth keys off eBay. So before I had the framing, so I could code cut, this is old school, this was my code cutting. So I just kind of wanted to do that process. Because if you're someone looking to get into it, get into locksmithing, sorry, I'm getting updates from my wife. You know, framing too, I forget what these cost. They're not cheap, but $1,500, $1,800. Or, you know, $200-300 to get you going. Which I have still never used this side. I'd read the directions, but the 3 pages that came with it were in Chinese. So I'm on to, let's, ooh. Yeah, brass is not a big sell around here. I think I've had these for a couple years. So, what I did yesterday, or what I did back in the day, I'm good at getting into stuff with the leashes, reading them, not so much. You know, back in the day, if I could pick the lock and get in and just shim the cylinder, then I would insert, you know, the depth keys into the core, and as the pins lined up nicely, I would just mark that, because I didn't know my pins back then. Still don't know them great, But what I want to do is, let's say, fantastic job, lee sheet, perfect read here. And I don't have my good GoPro mount because I lost it. I actually started doing some prep here. So what I would do, and just for the sake of ease, I'm going to read the numbers off this key. Is that 5223? Okay. So, let's see if I can. Oh man, if that camera would stay there, that would be fantastic-ish. So, the shallowest cut on here is a 2. So I'm going to go through. Well, now where the hell? Oh, they're in my pocket. So I'm going to go through here, find 2. Oh, clamp it in right, you dumbass. Okay, so the one thing that you have to pay attention with these cutters is if these are level. And the GoPro keeps trying to adjust the angle as I'm moving. I just need to get a better camera. So what I'm going to do is go through and cut 2 all the way across, and then then I'll go to the next the next cut. But this way you get all your spaces, so it helps keep you from getting off track. God, stop moving. Okay. Well, there's a little bit of an art form to going back and forth with this thing. Oh, hey, turn power on. Okay. So I got to kind of lift back up here so that I can do the back cut to clean it up a little bit. Okay, so now we're cut 2 all the way across. I'm going to pick 3 and deepen the 5, 3, and the 4. I'm not saying this is the way you have to do it. This is the way I've done it. So that way I'm slowly grinding everything down. We are lined up. Good. Now we're going to skip the next 2 because they stay at 2. Boom, there's 2. Try to get those high ridges off. Next we're going to go to 4. So on this one we're only going to be cutting the first and the last. Just like I said, we're evening those down. Oh, that might have screwed up. I'm a little too far forward. That'll be fine. Let her ride. Okay, so now the very last one, cut 5, is going to be that first cut. Okay, come over here and clean it off real quick. Damn, got my finger. Where'd I put the lock at? No. Put it back up here. Okay, now this is craptastic. Sorry, I'm using a clip mount that sucks ass. Oh, and then I sit on my keys, which, oh. So, that's another video I've got in the works. But let's just see. Come on, baby. Oh, look at that. So, sort of a code cut key. Using duplicator. Ooh, no, what am I doing? Duplicator. And where did I put them? Oh, they're still in the... Why don't you guys tell me they're still in here? So, okay. Take 27. So, code cut, you know, whether you shim it and read the pins, whether you leash it because you're better than me, or however, set of depth keys, and a Banggood Chinesium duplicator. All that I would much prefer to do on this guy, but this is not portable for me. Maybe one day when I get that Japanese K-van, that will be the one side of the storage in the back. But this is how I started out. Depth keys, don't buy them off eBay. If you guys need a set of depth keys, reach out to me. Because I want to say I probably paid like 20 bucks, 20, 30 bucks for the SC1 lump keys that I've never used. Well, most of those I haven't. But yeah, so set of space and depth keys. Someone's going to the post office. A Banggood Chinesium duplicator, and no problem, open the lock right up. So hopefully those will make up for the GoPro technical issue. You know, all I was doing yesterday was taking my caliper, and as I pulled the pins out, measure them. Now granted, they're old pins, so the bottoms can be worn a little bit. Top pins, just try to get them as close as I could to these, even though there was a lot of, was it 15 thousandths? You know, razor thin top pins. But, you know, while the video crapped out, or the GoPro crapped out, hopefully this helps somebody out there. This is a very low cost entry in getting in. You find them on eBay, find them on Banggood, Alibaba, any of those. But that's how I started. That's how I started code cutting keys. If you guys have been around long enough that you've done something similar, or, you know, maybe you had a pack-a-punch or whatever. I never had any of that stuff. I had that in a milk crate and depth keys. And that's how I did it. That's how I cut keys on site a lot of times. Well, I mean, I would duplicate them, but sometimes they were just so crapped out, you would pull that cylinder out, pop the depth key in, see what the pin was, You know, that's before I got calipers and did it more fancy. But anyways, long rambling story short, that is one of the hack ways, or maybe just the getting the job done ways I did when I started out. But if you guys have done that, you know, put it down in the comments. If you got questions, you guys need some depth keys, reach out to me. My email's in the about page. But yeah, hopefully this turns out to be a decent video, because I'm running on empty right now. And I got to go back to the fairgrounds. The phone just rang, or phone just buzzed. So anyways, thanks for listening to me prattle on. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys, and I'll catch you next time.